Residents of 18 villages in relumped area along Indo-Myanmar border still deprived of electricity for almost 30 years. Manipur joins Universal Children's Day celebration. Social Welfare Minister Okram Henry warns to blacklist NGOs involved in minting money. And India's COVID-19 daily breaches 90 lakhs mark with over 45,000 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Recovery rate stands above 93%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. Watching Afternoon News. I'm KANGUJAM SHELLYRA. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask properly, and maintain a safe distance. Now the top stories and latest news at this hour. Residents of the 18 villages in relumped area along Indo-Myanmar border of Technopole district are living in darkness with no electricity for almost 30 years. Villagers have appealed to the government to provide electricity by 2021, else to cut off the electricity wires set off in their villages. Speaking to media at Narum village today, member of Saibol Village Authority, M. Kula expressed disappointment that hills areas remained undeveloped despite the government and valley people's proclamation that hills and valley inhabitants are one. He said electric wires and electric transformers were set up in the area almost 30 years ago and villagers had brief experience of electricity. But from the following years onwards, villagers get electricity only for just a couple of days during Christmas. Stating that nearby villages of Myanmar are fully lighted up, the villagers said sometimes he feels like shifting to Myanmar. Taking part in the press meet, Yongkun village chief Simeon demanded government to stop collecting tax from government employees of these villages in the absence of any benefits. Village authority chiefs of the relumped area and women leaders were present in the press meet.
Christmas is 3 days ne. Adu ngalaga New Year phawa ngante. Machine bu karamai ni hingwa ba karamai pan sia bro. Machi akhui hingbada akhui yamna wai no pi angang su yamna thamoi suwe aduga akhui su kari no akhui Manipur state asida akhui yaudar ba habse machi gi thamoi phawa akhui yam sele akhui Burma border ga hek nakna ba Burma gi lam sidi ilang lang mai bijli yam phajana moi function tawringai da akhui Burma ga inak nakna ayuki lambi sida phawa mai phangda ba si akhui de Burma da phawa yauding khrabane Burma government gi phawa akhui de mai singlagi haina akhui khalli bane
adu mai lakte har su mai laktra su haina adum department da tha khuding lupa chamwa employee sing da ka tampak ta akhuni chatle minute manga phawba mai laktap kan da kari gi mai laktap ra government side da complaint tawe akhui di chahi kunthra mai phangde.
Manipur joined in observing Universal Children's Day today. Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights MCPCR in collaboration with State Child Protection Society, Child Protection Services and Social Welfare Department organized the event at Manipur Press Club. Speaking on the occasion, Social Welfare Minister Okram Henry stressed on the need to blacklist those NGOs who have turned into business platform instead of taking on their core duties for the welfare of children. Hinting at misappropriation of funds sanctioned from Center for Orphanages, Okram Henry warned of closing down namesake childcare centers. Taking part in the event, MCPCR chairperson PH Manibabu said new rules and regulation for schools and boarding homes in the state will be ready latest by 2021. He also mentioned that stakeholders concerned are carrying out counseling sessions for children on how to cope up with the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. Social Welfare Director N.G. Uttamt and other relevant officials attended the event. It may be mentioned that World Children's Day was first celebrated in 1954 to promote international togetherness and awareness among children worldwide and for improving children's welfare. In 1959, the United Nations General Secretary adopted the Declaration of the Rights of the Child on November 20.
angang labor su khande labor su khande NGO ne koi tan tan la thabo na taseng na ngang semi bra mingi oina pesa tan ba la ibra be se koi ying ba darkar tai ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ NGO ꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯊꯨꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯐꯤꯜꯗ ꯀꯨꯝꯃꯒ ꯈꯔ ꯁꯔꯚꯦ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯍꯧꯔꯁꯤ
State Central Policy 22 je North Eastern ataba Eastern India da haidar Bengal Bihar Uttarakhand Jharkhand haidar sida akoi ihan han boy Bengal ngi lai moina kangnaba moigi child policy di nataba aduma lai asi je akoi gi maigi haidar Eastern India gi akoi ihan boy re masi akoi gi leiba cooperation piba akoi gi moroina department jingi adaga akoi gi child welfare committee gi child right thabuk tawriba child gi well wisher sing
Government dance scholars held its 66th Foundation Day celebration in the College Hall at Palace Compound today. Speaking at the event, Commissioner of Art and Culture M. Joy lauded people working directly or indirectly in the field of arts for promoting art and culture of the state. Kulem Tlaipak Lokpi DB Gold Medal Award 2018-19 and 2019-20 and Guru Mayum Sobita Devi Gold Medal Award 2019-20 were presented to the awardees on the occasion.
Uring wakal thagoy tholakpa asemba sur asemba sathe mayam adun punjalaga ekoi performing art amoy tholakpada jagoy sna onthona mai semagi expression freedom grace sina tomanba ekoi makol tawa bangdoni mana yenjabo kanda kari wakal kari no bangoi jaiba khanan bangba namna powerful art asigumba art si koina yokhatpa adu masi tung koina masi sapna na bona ba si koi khuding maki koi koina official sing aduga artist sing pongi ba sri satpa punamak mayam sina si punna yokhat mayam sina ngai kadalani.
Students of Manipur University of Culture have objected to admitting any diploma holders or degrees equivalent to graduation not recognized by the UGC to MA Dance and Music courses of the university. Protesting students of Manipur University of Culture stormed the A block of the Cultural University at Arts and Culture Office in Palace Compound today, chanting various slogans. They demanded the university authorities and the academic council not to change the university norms and not to fall into the trap of some vested students' unions. In fact, this police team has rushed to the spot to control the agitating student mob. A book on transgender community called Faida Gender at Periphery was released at Hotel Classic North AOC today.
Gender inclusive oiba society ama oiramaga hujikna nupi man bisi tholokpa matamda tongan ba khoida otpa naiba ade hanthana yengba ubasingdu adugi du kari maramgi no mamangda lairamba society yamna gender inclusive oiba society amadu hujiki oiriba Manipur sida purakpa ngamdriba karigino habido adugi wari singdo adugi do koina mayamda linabagi namukta thamjabane adu phaida haisi lyric si masi scholar sing academic sing ade tongan bai inkhalakliba angang singna pam yamna kana ba lyric ama
Managing Director of Panthubi Housing Finance Company Limited, T.H. Hemo, today appealed to loanees to start repaying their debts since economic activities has resumed in the state. Speaking to media at the company's office in Uripok, T.H. Bimo said people in the state once had bad debt repayment history, but in the past couple of years, repayment rate has improved to 95%. He also mentioned about subsidized home loans under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana provided by the company. He said the company provides subsidized home loans of up to 2,67,000 rupees to ensure housing for all by 2022. TH Hemoswat said those earning a monthly income of 15,000 rupees and above are eligible for the home loan.
Loan lauraga loan singande have siam chanarame adubu hajikti madu totally change tawre mipum khudimak any financial assistance amaloba loan amaloba have kanda madugi repayment do hajikti am serious oina hare adu handaki pandemic manung sidai koi lo namak suffer to minare investors sing suffer to minare institutions suffer tawre maroina borrow customer sing suffer tawre adu in time borrow customer na suffer to bududi kitang amuk safai baramdi lockdown lejaraga so koina pung kharadang lockdown hangdok paganda koi business adum koi activities adum koi perform tawi sale tawi aduga muk khare na sang hang do pusum tawi adu si matam da koi hariba shareholders sing aduga stakeholders sing investors sing giri wadu madai khudong sa wadu phangdaba aduga muk institute ta leriba koi gi thabak tawjariba koi team players sing su angak pa phangna koi suffer tawi adu haite koi loan sing bagi matam du oire na khanjai koi gi business loina mak open tawrabani na 70-80% de koi loan sing ba humina rasi aduga yam thuna koi pandemic se loisin gi basu isona pinabi bo arsanu.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
You are watching Impact TV. Engaging, empowering, and impacting lives.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Afternoon News. India's COVID-19 tally has breached 90 lakhs mark with 45,882 new cases reported in the last 24 hours, while 44,807 COVID patients have recovered in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovery cases to 84,28,409. Country's recovery rate stands at 93.60%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, death toll has reached 1,32,162 and active COVID-19 cases have come down to 4,43,794. Maharashtra is still on the top with above 80,000 active cases, followed by Kerala with above 68,000 active cases of COVID-19. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 5 crore 72 lakhs 60,000 people. Nearly 1 crore 3 lakhs 66,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 3 crores 97 lakhs 49,000. USA is on the top with more than 45 lakhs 68,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by India and Brazil. While China, from where the pandemic started, is at the 65th position with just 311 active cases of COVID-19. In the northeast states, Assam total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 2,11,040 out of 3,193 are active cases. Tripura's confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 32,289, out of which 959 are active cases. Manipur's total tally has reached 22,548, out of which 2,886 are active cases. It is to be noted that Manipur has the second highest active cases of COVID-19 in the northeast states. Arunachal's COVID-19 tally has reached 15,976 and active cases are 1,127. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally has reached 10,460, out of which 1,296 are active cases. There are 801 active cases of COVID-19 in Meghalaya, 511 in Mizoram and 296 in Sikkim. High-level central teams have been deputed to Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Manipur. As the number of cases in some states continues to rise despite implementing various preventive measures, the central government on Thursday deputed central teams in 4 states to check the spike in COVID cases. With the surge in daily new cases and spike in daily fatalities in Delhi, the spillover effect is being observed in NCR region in Haryana and Rajasthan, where COVID cases are rising. As per updates from the Health Ministry, these central teams will visit the district reporting high number of COVID-19 cases and support the state efforts towards strengthening containment, surveillance, testing, infection prevention and control measures, and efficient clinical management of the positive cases. The Health Ministry also added that Dr. L. Swasti Charant, additional DDZ, DHGS, will head the team to Manipur. Chief Executive Officer of Serum Institute of India, Adar Poonawalla, has said that COVID-19 vaccine Covishield will likely to be available to the general public by around March-April next year. Covishield is the name of the COVID-19 vaccine candidate being developed by Serum Institute of India along with AstraZeneca and Oxford University. The vaccine, which can be stored at temperatures between 2 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees Celsius, could cost between 500 to 600 rupees in the private market. He also mentioned that the government will get the vaccine at a much lower price of around 225 to 300 rupees because the government will be buying large volumes of hundreds of millions of vaccine doses. Poonawalla said that as soon as the UK authorities, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency and the European Medicines Agency approve the vaccine for emergency use, the institute will apply to the drug controller in India and acquire an emergency use authorization without further delay. He also said that if the final trial of the vaccine turned out to be successful, Serum Institute's COVID-19 vaccine will be available for emergency use of the vulnerable population by January to February 2021 and by March to April in the market for the general public. He assured that necessary measures are underway to administer the vaccine first to the frontline warriors and to the public by 2024. India touches a landmark milestone with operations of more than 50,000 Ayushman Bharat health and wellness centers. This has led to improved access to affordable primary healthcare services for more than 25 crore people in the country. Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan congratulated the states and union territories for the efforts in operationalizing the health and wellness centers despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The minister said this has been made possible due to the joint efforts of the centre and the states and union territories government. He also thanked for the frontline health workers, the medical officers, the community health officers and ASA for their dedication to the cause of providing comprehensive primary healthcare services in these difficult times. Ayushman Bharat scheme was launched in 2018, which aimed at providing comprehensive primary healthcare services to the communities closer to their homes. Around 1.5 lakh health and wellness centers are to be established by the year 2022. Now the sports news. Spain's Rafael Nadal has entered the semi-finals of 51st NITO ATP tennis. It is this year's last ATP Tour tournament played at the indoor hard court of O2 Arena in London. In the men's singles round robin matches, Spain's Rafael Nadal has defeated Tsitsipas of Greece 6-4, 4-6, 6-2. Russia's A. Rublev has defeated Austria's D. Tiamt 6-2, 7-5, and Russia's D. Medvedev has dropped Serbia's Novak Djokovic 6-3, 6-3. Altogether, 8 players divided into 2 groups are competing in the round-robin matches, out of which only 4 players will enter the semi-finals. Subsequent round-robin matches will be played tonight. Staff of District Youth Affairs and Sports Office, Imphal West, has condoled the untimely demise of former physical education teachers of District Youth Affairs and Sports Office, Imphal West H. Memcha from Nagamapal, Phogay Thabam Tlekai, and L. Punil from Sagolbant Maino Leira, who passed away on November 7th and 16th respectively. Staff of the office also observed 2 minutes silence as a mark of respect to the departed souls. They also shared the griefs of the bereaved families. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Residents of the 18 villages in Rilam's area along Indo-Myanmar border still deprived of electricity for almost 30 years. Manipur joins Universal Children's Day celebration. Social Welfare Minister Okram Ina Henry warns to blacklist NGOs involved in minting money. And India's COVID-19 daily breaches 90 lakhs marks with over 45,000 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Recovery rate stands above 93%. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. For more news, you can follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.